Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make these little over the page banners. They're double-sided and then inside you'll have a place to journal. So what I've got, I'll show you how this idea came about, but so the idea is this would slip over the page in your journal like this. And I've seen over the page tabs before, but these are a little bit more flush the way that I made them, and they stick out and they're almost like a little tab. So let me show you on a page that's not, I've got something bulky on the other side. So like that, and then it would just stick out the top like this. So I'm going to show you what I used to make them. So let's go through that first. So I went to the Dollar General and I found these little banner booklets, and they have all different prints in there. They had these 3 different types, so I got them all, and they were on sale for $1.80, so I got those. And when they come and you tear them out, they have this little tab across the top, and it's perforated there. So what I did was I took those off, and then I actually had an idea for using these. So I folded them in half, and it depends on where the hole is. It's kind of close to where you have it, or like on the pink one, it's a little more centered. So anyway, what I did, if it's centered, I just cut across and angle the corners down here. But if it's off center, I'm just cutting it back so it's basically about the same width on both sides. And I just kind of eyeball that, and then cut a little bit off from the end. And then I'm just angling these corners. This is all just by, I don't measure anything. And then this would go on the edge of the page in a journal. So this is your journal. You would just stick it on there like that, and it looks like a little ticket hanging out. So that was my idea on how to use the ends of those. So really nothing is wasted in the little booklet. Now, if you don't have a booklet from the Dollar General, I have come up with a way to make some more. So these are 3 wide by 4 long, so I took some cardstock and cut that to that size. And then I made myself a template for the bottom section here so that it's even. And how I did that was I cut a 3 by 4 piece of cardstock and I folded it in half, and I just cut an angle at the bottom until I got the desired angle that I wanted. Now this template then will slide over the piece that you're going to be cutting, and I thought this was easier than drawing it out and stuff like that. And I don't measure anything, I just cut it. So then I just go up and cut to the middle there, and then I take that template off and turn it around, and then cut the other side. And it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. Just clean it up when we're done. So I just go back in here and just kind of take a little bit off. Nobody will know that's not a perfect match to the other side. So that's how I did those. And then for the triangle ones, because some of those, let me find them here, they are triangle shaped like this, and these I've kind of put together for the video showing you how it's gonna kind of come together. So they all, this is how they came in the pack, and I just tore the top off of all of them. So how I would make this, because as you can see, it's kind of, you know, about the same width, and then you're going to have to cut that angle off the bottom. So again, I just made a template for that by folding this in half, and then you got to make sure that you're pretty square when you're doing this on your edges. If you have a bone folder, you can use that to straighten it out. And then you're just going to kind of eyeball an angle up to that corner. And then when you open this up, you'll have this, which then you can take a piece of cardstock. And so I'm trying to avoid having a fold in it, is why I'm doing it this way. I don't want to have a fold in the middle of my project. So again, these are 3 inches wide, and then they're 4 inches long. So once you have your, and you would obviously use this with a pattern paper or something, but I'm just showing you with the white cardstock because I had it readily available. And then you can just line this up on here and then cut out each side. And you could draw on there too if you're not feeling confident about your cutting skill. Then that way you get the little flag without having a line down the middle. So you want to keep those templates and use those later. So now that we've got that part figured out, we get to do the fun part, which is decorating. So what I did was I just took, and I'll show you some of the ones that I made here, because I just had made a few and then thought I'd pop on here and do the tutorial. So I have one on each side, one of the banners, and then I've decorated both sides. And I also, you probably could put a little notepad in here so that you would have a little hidden notepad. Thought about that too. So there's that one. And I'll just show you how to put them together. We'll decorate one together, and then you guys can make your own. These are little watercolor flowers that I drew and painted. So there's the completed ones. I'll go ahead and show you how I put them together. I have a whole bunch here ready to be decorated, but I'll show you how I put them together so that you get an idea of how to do that. So I chose 2 different patterns. You could choose the same if you wanted. And then the booklet came with this like candy box thread. So I just use that. You can use lace in here or jute or ribbon. I just kind of grabbed and used what I had. So I went through front to back, and I did this twice. I found that I tried to save a little bit of the string so that I wasn't using as much, but it's really much more sturdy doing it this way, so that you have 2 strings on each side. And then here I just took it around, and you could go under that thread. I didn't find it necessary, so I didn't do that. But we just pull it through like this, maybe. And then I just cinch it down. You can have it centered, or you can do it a little bit off to the side, just depending on how you want it to look. So I kind of like doing some in the middle, some off to the side, like that. And then I did another knot in there just to straighten out the string a little bit. Doesn't want to work with me. There we go. And then I just cut those off so that they're kind of smaller. And you just straighten it up a little bit. Good to go. So there's that one. And then I just did the same thing with the gray one, as you can see here. So just put that through, went around twice, tied them off. That's how I did them all. And then after that, you can just decorate. I did find it was easier to decorate them once they were together. So, let me find my other, I had one more piece here. So we'll do this flower pattern. Again, we're just going to go through here, through the other side, back through this side, back through this side. And I thought about putting another hole in the middle, doing like a pamphlet stitch too. You could do that if you felt a little more comfortable doing that. And this just comes through here. Oops, sorry. I'm out of range there. And so the hardest part, I think, is getting that to be somewhat tight, but not too tight. And it doesn't have to be perfect. They're just going to go over the page, so it doesn't really matter. And this one, it is a little looser, so I think I'll go under this thread and then just tie it around everything. Just like kind of secure it a little bit more there. Perfect. There we go. So yeah, I just found it was easier to decorate these once they are put together. I did try decorating them and then putting them together. I just didn't like that. You might try both ways, see which one you like. So then I just have these little pieces, and I have some little labels here. And then I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. I'm using Fabri-Tac glue. I use that pretty much for everything. So yeah, these are really fun to make. I had a great time making them. Put one of my little watercolor flowers on there. And I do have a free digital on my Ko-fi shop with these. So I drew these on a larger page and then I photocopied them. So you can download that and you'll have your own little faux watercolored. So the hardest part is figuring out what you want to put on there, kind of. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I saw those little banners and wanted to do something with them. Thought this would be a fun way to do it. And I think it'd be really cute to have these sticking out the top and then have the little tabs here that I've made, the little coordinated tags sticking out from the journal. So thought that would be fun. We'll put a little number label on this one. So yeah, just layer it up how you want. You can put a little bit of lace on there like I did on the one here. So I just put a little bit of lace down the side and then layered over the bird and the words. You could also put, I thought about putting little beads hanging here or from the string. That would be fun too. So there's that one. I'm going to call that one complete. And then we'll go ahead and do a little different one here. So I pulled out just some loose ephemera and I'm just going to kind of go through and see what might work. We may have to go back to my watercolors if I don't find something relatively quickly. we'll see. So I have this little guy all ready to go, so we'll put that on there. Great way to use up your scraps as well. I'm just looking through for a label I might want on there. And I don't know where I got these labels. I have a whole little bin here full of them. And I just get them from different digitals or cut them out of books or magazines when I come across words that are fun and interesting. Let's see what else I've got here. Anything that might work. Got this little bird here, so I'm going to cut him out. And I might go back and put a little lace on there or a button or something like that too. But just kind of showing you guys the process here. So there's that one, and those two. And then here's the other side. Didn't realize I had the exact same pattern, but that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you give this a try. And if you can't find those at the Dollar General, I hope that my little template there will help you create some of these as well. So go ahead and share on my Facebook page, Yvette's Junk Journal Shop Friends and Fans. If you have enjoyed this video and made some of your own, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.